This might sound unbelievable, but trust me, it's not. Once you grasp the concepts outlined in this video, you can become, achieve, and experience anything you desire, and I stand by that. Have you ever questioned why some people seem to have everything going for them, while others constantly struggle? Why are some individuals full of joy, health, and success, while others are miserable, unhealthy, and financially unstable? Is it all about luck, or is there more to the story? What if I told you there's ancient wisdom that holds the key to unlocking life's mysteries, enabling you to reach your full potential? A wisdom passed down through generations by secretive groups and mystical masters, but is now accessible to anyone willing to seek it. This knowledge has the power to reshape your mind, body, and soul, aligning you with the universe's natural laws. It's called Hermeticism. Hermeticism is a timeless spiritual and philosophical system, originating in Egypt around the 1st or 2nd century AD. It draws from the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a mythical figure said to be a divine messenger and the fountain of all wisdom. Hermes Trismegistus penned various texts that form the foundation of Hermeticism, known today as the 7 Hermetic Principles. These principles describe the nature of existence and reveal how we can use our thoughts to influence it. Throughout history, Hermeticism has shaped numerous esoteric and occult movements, including alchemy, astrology, magic, Kabbalah, Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry, and Theosophy. It has also served as an inspiration for many influential figures such as Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, William Blake, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Carl Jung. Even today, Hermeticism continues to hold significance for those on a journey towards spiritual awakening and personal transformation. In this video, we will explore each of the 7 Hermetic principles in plain language and show you practical ways to apply them in your life. By studying and practicing these teachings, you'll learn to harness the power of your mind and shape your own reality. You'll also uncover the hidden connections between yourself and the universe, learning how to use these links to your benefit. The first Hermetic principle is the principle of mentalism, which teaches that the all is mind, the universe is mental. What does this really mean? It means that all things in existence are manifestations of a single, universal mind or consciousness. This mind is referred to as the all, the one, the source, or even God. What we perceive as the physical world is, in reality, a mental creation of this universal mind. This principle implies that our own minds are connected to the all, giving us the same creative capacity. We can use our thoughts to mold our reality based on our beliefs and perceptions. What we think and feel becomes our lived experience. This is why being mindful of our thoughts and choosing positive ones is so critical. One modern way to understand this idea is through the lens of quantum physics. Quantum physics, the science of matter and energy at the smallest levels, shows that reality isn't fixed or objective. It depends on the observer's expectations. For instance, light can act as a wave or a particle, depending on how it's observed. This indicates that reality isn't something external, but is deeply tied to our minds. Another way to explain this idea is by considering the concept of self-fulfilling prophecies, or the placebo effect. A self-fulfilling prophecy occurs when our beliefs influence the outcome of a situation. For instance, if you believe you're going to fail a test, you might not study as hard or deliberately underperform, which makes your belief a reality. Similarly, the placebo effect happens when our expectations cause us to feel better or worse, even without a physical reason. For example, if you take a sugar pill believing it's medicine, you might feel less pain or more energy after taking it. These examples highlight how powerful our minds are and how they shape our experiences. By using the principle of mentalism, we can direct our thoughts to create positive outcomes, both for ourselves and others. The second Hermetic principle is the principle of correspondence. It states, as above, so below, as within, so without. But what does this mean? Essentially, it suggests that different levels of existence mirror one another. The large macrocosm reflects the small microcosm, and the external world mirrors our inner world, and vice versa. This principle reveals that everything in life is interconnected and operates under similar laws and patterns, from the material to the spiritual. By understanding these patterns, we can gain deeper insights into ourselves and our role in the universe. An easy way to grasp this concept is by thinking of a mirror. A mirror reflects back exactly what is shown to it. Smile at the mirror, and it smiles back. Frown at the mirror, and it frowns back. In the same way, the universe reflects what we project. If we send out positive thoughts, emotions, and actions, we receive positive results. If we focus on negative thoughts, emotions, and actions, negativity follows. This principle holds true across all areas of life. For example, your physical health reflects your thoughts and feelings about your body. Your relationships mirror your beliefs about yourself and others. Your career reflects your mindset regarding work and purpose. I'll share a personal experience to illustrate this. A few years ago, I was unhappy in my job. I felt trapped, bored, and unsatisfied. I often complained about my boss, my co-workers, and the tasks I had to do. I dreaded going to work each day. As a result, I encountered more problems at work, conflicts, mistakes, and delays. My personal life also suffered. I had low energy, poor health, and strained relationships. One day, I decided to shift my mindset. I realized that my thoughts and emotions were creating my reality. So, I chose to focus on the positive aspects of my job, like the new skills I was learning, the flexible schedule, and the ways my work was helping others. I also made it a point to express gratitude for my job each day. I thanked my boss for his guidance, my co-workers for their support, and my tasks for the challenges they provided. Once I made this inner change, my outer world transformed too. I started enjoying my work more, and my performance improved. My boss and colleagues began offering me more recognition, feedback, and opportunities. In turn, my personal life improved. I had more energy, better health, and stronger relationships. This is just one example of how the principle of correspondence works. You can apply this principle to any area of your life where you want to see improvement or change. The key is to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desired outcome. The principle of vibration states that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Everything in existence, from atoms to galaxies, is constantly in motion and vibrates at different frequencies depending on its nature and state. How does this affect you? It means that you too are a vibrating being with your own unique frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions impact your vibration, and your vibration influences your reality. You attract what is in harmony with your frequency and repel what is not. This concept is closely related to the law of attraction, which stems from the principle of vibration. When you vibrate at a high frequency, you're aligned with joy, love, abundance, and peace. When your vibration is low, you're in sync with fear, anger, lack, and conflict. A great way to raise your vibration is through practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, opening your heart to more blessings from the universe. Try this exercise. Each morning, jot down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be significant or small, as long as they bring you joy. Throughout the day, whenever something makes you feel thankful or happy, say thank you, either silently or aloud. Notice how this changes your mood and energy. The principle of polarity teaches that everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Hot and cold, light and dark, love and hate are not separate. They are just different degrees of the same thing, opposite ends of the same spectrum. How can this help you? It means you can shift your perception of any situation by adjusting your polarity. You can choose to focus on the positive or the negative in any given moment. You can decide whether to embrace love or hate, happiness or sadness. The value of this principle is in its ability to help us find balance and access the full range of possibilities. For example, if you're feeling sad, acknowledge that sadness is a natural emotion with its own value. But you can also choose to shift your focus to the joy on the other side of sadness. You can recall a time when you were happy or engage in an activity that brings you joy. Remember, sadness is not permanent. It will eventually give way to joy again. One way to apply this principle is by practicing acceptance. Acceptance is a mindset that allows you to embrace whatever is happening without resistance or judgment. It doesn't mean you agree with everything, but it does mean you acknowledge it as it is. By doing so, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and open the door to growth. Try this exercise. When you face a challenge, say to yourself, "I accept this." Then ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow? How can this work in my favor?" Pay attention to how this shift in mindset changes your attitude and perspective. The principle of rhythm teaches that everything in the universe follows a rhythmic cycle. There is a natural pattern of movement, like a pendulum swing, that affects everything. Nothing stays fixed or in a single state indefinitely. By the way, if you're enjoying this and want to support my small channel, a quick subscribe and like would mean so much to me. Now let's continue. We can observe this principle in many areas of life. For instance, we go through cycles of moods, productivity, energy, and creativity. At times, we feel uplifted, driven, energized, and inspired. Other times, we experience sadness, lethargy, fatigue, or boredom. These fluctuations are inevitable, and we have no control over them. This rhythm can also be seen in the changing seasons, the moon's phases, ocean tides, and even the rise and fall of empires. Everything has its periods of growth and decline, expansion and contraction, birth and destruction. How can we use this principle to better our lives? The key is to align with the natural flow rather than fight against it. During periods of decline, we shouldn't despair. Instead, we should accept that this is part of life's rhythm, using the downtime to rest, reflect, learn, and prepare for the next upward swing. Conversely, when we're riding the highs, we shouldn't become complacent. We should take full advantage of this period by taking action, creating value, expressing gratitude, and enjoying the rewards of our efforts. The principle of cause and effect holds that nothing happens by chance. Every action produces a reaction, and every reaction has a cause. Every occurrence in the universe is part of a chain of events that can be traced back to a source. This principle spans all aspects of existence, spiritual, mental, and physical. On a spiritual level, our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. On a mental level, our attitudes and emotions influence our behavior. On a physical level, our actions lead to outcomes. A well-known example of this principle is the butterfly effect. This concept suggests that a minor change in one part of a system can have a far-reaching impact elsewhere. For example, a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil could trigger a tornado in Texas. This illustrates how interconnected and interdependent everything is in the universe. The principle of cause and effect also influences your habits and results. Your habits are the repetitive actions you engage in daily, whether consciously or not. These habits act as causes that determine the outcomes you experience. For instance, if you consistently exercise, you'll likely experience the benefit of physical fitness. On the other hand, if you have a habit of smoking, poor health may be the consequence. The empowering aspect of this principle is that it shows us we are not helpless victims of circumstance. We have the power to create our circumstances. By aligning our actions with our spiritual purpose, cultivating positive thoughts and emotions, and establishing healthy habits, we can generate positive outcomes in our lives and influence the world for the better. What comes to mind when you hear the word gender? Do you think of biological sex, societal roles, personal identity, or something else? Gender is a multifaceted and often debated topic, yet it's also a universal principle that applies to everything and everyone. The principle of gender teaches that everything contains both masculine and feminine qualities. These are two different modes of expression that manifest in our thoughts, actions, emotions, and feelings. Masculine energy is characterized by activity, assertiveness, logic, reason, analysis, and goal orientation. Feminine energy, on the other hand, is more passive, receptive, intuitive, creative, emotional, and focused on the process rather than the outcome. These energies are not opposites. Rather, they complement one another. Together, they create balance and harmony, both within us and in the world around us. Think of them like the two sides of a coin or the two poles of a magnet. This is similar to the yin and yang concept from Eastern philosophy, which describes the dynamic balance between all aspects of existence. Yin represents feminine qualities: darkness, cold, softness, inward focus, and downward movement. Yang represents masculine qualities: light, warmth, hardness, outward focus, and upward movement. Yin and yang are in constant flux, always interacting and influencing each other. They are never static or separate, but are in perpetual motion and relationship. The principle of gender encourages us to balance the yin and yang within ourselves and in our relationships. It teaches us to embrace both our masculine and feminine sides, rather than denying or suppressing either one. We must integrate logic with intuition, analysis with creativity, action with reflection, ambition with nurturing. By doing so, we move closer to achieving balance and harmony, allowing us to fulfill our true potential and purpose. It also improves our communication and relationships with others, regardless of the differing levels of masculine and feminine energy they may possess. It helps us appreciate the diversity and richness of life that stem from the interplay of these energies. Now that you have a better understanding of the 7 Hermetic principles, you can apply them in your everyday life and witness how they transform your reality. If this video touched you, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps keep the channel going. And before you go, check out the videos on the screen for even more hidden insights. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you.